You'll notice that there's a person missing. To introduce that person, I'd like to introduce you to one of the great competitors as well as great basketball players in Santa Clara's history. I was fortunate enough to be coaching here when he played, and as nice a person as he is, this guy was a monster to play. And Kurt Rambis.
It gave me such great pride to hear Father Ing talking about how important dumb athletes are to a university. Nearly brought a tear to my eye. It's great to be back here on campus and in this arena. Brings back so many fond memories for me. It's terrific to see so many familiar faces, new faces. But while I was never fortunate enough to play with Steve in college or the pros, in preparing for tonight, it was amazing how many similarities we actually share. For instance, we both chose to attend the same prestigious academic institution. We both got degrees in ology, Steve in sociology, and I chose psychology. We both now live in Manhattan Beach and play beach volleyball. We were both named the WCC Players of the Year. Steve is from Canada. I like Canadian beer. We are both a member of the 40-50-90 club. Steve for his shooting accuracy from beyond the arc, the field, and the free throw line. And myself for having all my hair at 40, half of it at 50, and I'll have none at 90. Our love of the game sparked our criminal side as well, as both of us figured out how to break into this arena and play basketball during off hours. And we both had Dick Davies set us straight on many occasions. For Steve, after winning the Canadian High School Championship in front of Steve's entire family, Dick told him he was the worst defensive player he had ever seen. Dick told me after one of the nights that I had actually pissed him off, he told me I'd never amount to anything. Dick was right on both cases. We both admire a star that to me sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we both know Mike D'Antoni, and they'd like to send a message to Steve here tonight.
Hey Steve, this is Dirk. Congratulations on your big honor. That is awesome, well deserved. I didn't know Santa Clara actually had a basketball program, but you did very, very well, and I'm happy for you, my friend, so congratulations again.
Hey Steve, congratulations on being in the Santa Clara Hall of Fame. You still hold the distinction of being the best player I've ever had at a press conference that wore golf shoes because you didn't have hard shoes. But we recovered from that, and unbelievable years with you in Phoenix, and I owe you so much. And I'm really happy that Santa Clara, and this is one step all the way to Springfield. So congratulations, have a great night, and have fun.
Mike and Steve really revolutionized the game of basketball, so that you get credit to both of those guys. The other things that Steve and I have in common is that we did most of our studying at the Hut. Steve played in NBA All-Star games. I watched All-Star games. I won an NBA championship on multiple occasions. Steve watched NBA championship games. Life is not always easy for an NBA ball player. Early in Steve's career, he was traded from Phoenix to Dallas, and he had a foot injury while he was there. And he was not playing up to the fans' expectations, so it brought out all of the boo birds. And just when Steve thought he'd hit his lowest point, he looked up into the crowd, only to find his brother Marty leading the chorus of boos and laughing his ass off. Nothing like brothers. Steve and I are both friends with Bill Duffy. I played with Bill Duffy, and I used to kick his butt every day in one-on-one after practice. and Bill became Steve's agent and got him hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts. Somehow I screwed that one up. When Steve and I were being scouted by the NBA, the reports read it almost exactly the same. Too slow, lacks quickness, poor length, not strong enough, unathletic, can't jump, will struggle against bigger NBA ball players. I proved all of those scouts right, and Steve got all those scouts fired. The superlative superstar gets thrown around too casually nowadays. In my opinion, a superstar has got to be a great ball player, has to have a high basketball IQ. They are leaders, they are competitively tough, they are relentless and the team's hardest worker. They are selfless and always put their teammates first. They are dedicated to their craft and constantly finding ways to improve. They are winners. Steve is a true superstar. A quick story about Steve as a person. In 2006, the Phoenix Suns were in New Jersey playing the Jason Kidd-led New Jersey Nets. The game quickly turned into a Nash-Kidd duel. The Suns prevailed after 3 overtimes with Steve scoring 42 points. Most athletes would spend the post-game savoring their great game as well as the victory, but not Steve. He chose to climb to the top of the arena to greet a huge fan of his who was disabled and was not able to get down and meet Steve and get an autograph from him. Steve clearly sees the bigger picture. Please join me in welcoming the newest member to the Santa Clara Athletic Hall of Fame, the best basketball player from Canada to ever attend the university, Steve Nash.
How this university has been able to re-envision itself year after year is fantastic. So we're incredibly proud of the school, the faculty, Bronco bench, everybody for their role in taking Santa Clara forward and making it a force to be reckoned with. So well done and thank you.
For me, it's a great opportunity to thank the players, mainly for keeping me in my job a lot longer. You know, also a chance to thank Steve Seandel and Sam Shuley, 2 of the coaches that made all of this possible. Steve Seandel was the brains behind it, for those of you who didn't know.